Welcome, everybody. Today's episode is about positive thinking. There has been a lot in the world, from mass shootings, Derek Chauvin's trial, Ma'Khia Bryant shooting, and also anti-Asian hate crimes has been increased by nearly 150% in 2020. What the world needs right now is hope, peace, and positivity. And this is what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Great. All right. So thank you for that introduction. That was beautiful.
Yes.
Positivity. So we will go into our positive motto, which is think big.
Pray big.
Do big.
Yeah.
Okay. So today our big is going to be about MrBeast. And so can you guys tell me, I just found out about MrBeast last night. Or is it Beast? Yeah. Beast.
Yeah,
And
MrBeast.
Okay. So you guys tell us a little bit about who MrBeast is.
Well, he's a big YouTuber on YouTube, and if you know much about YouTube, like if you hit like a certain mark of subscribers, you get paid money. So he has like 20
So many
million
subscribers.
So I think a lot of the income he gets with YouTube, he uses that. Like he gives people a large amount of money. He buys them cars. Does like little challenges for his subscribers. If they win, they get money. And if they lose, they still give him money.
Yeah, he still
so
gives
it's
them
like,
money.
Everyone wins in the end.
Yeah.
So I love watching him.
I've
really
seen one of his
cool.
episodes. It was I think it was like he went to the grocery store and bought all the groceries in the grocery store and then just gave them out to people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
He
awesome.
he gives away tons and tons of stuff. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
I have
incredible.
never heard of him, so I'm
Yeah.
interested to go
Girl.
look him up.
And he's
see
funny
who he
too.
is.
Like he's fun too. Like
He's
it's
hilarious.
Like, his
entertaining.
group of people is just so
Yeah, like him and his
corny.
group of friends, they always do like corny challenges and stuff, but it's funny.
Uh-huh.
And then in the end, he also like gives away things to people. It's just,
Yeah.
he's a good guy to watch.
See, I was so what I was watching last night was exactly what you all are saying. He was giving away cars. And I mean, well, I shouldn't say giveaway. He was actually charging people, but it was like 20 cents or something. And it was
Yeah.
like
Oh,
$1.
wow.
Like corny
Yeah, he'd
stuff
be like, "Do you have
yeah.
a dime? You can win a car." And the
Right.
person is like,
And they're like, "You
"No."
can."
And he's like, "Just give me a dime." They give him a dime. And he gives him a car. And it's
I'm
like,
telling
"What?"
you. I'm
Let
telling
me
you.
find out
Girl.
that I run up on
Meet
Mr.
Mr.
Beast.
Beast, right?
I'm
I'ma
telling
scream.
me that if you give me 10 cents, I'm going to give him a whole pack of nickels. Like, I got a whole roll. Let me just find out.
So when you see something MrBeast on the side of the road, you better turn in there because you might get
That's
something
awesome. So
new.
he's all over. Like, he goes different places and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or he just goes and...
I think he's in California.
Oh, okay.
No, not where I see where he lives at. It doesn't look like.
Oh no.
But
Well,
either way, he's out there. But
giving
back
giving
to-
back.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Because he
Yeah.
has like tons and tons of money, and
Awesome.
of course he spends
All
on
right.
his.
I love it because
Mr.
he.
Beast?
I'm telling you, because he could have kept that money for himself.
Yeah.
But he's giving it to others, and
Yeah.
you don't see too many people doing that these
Not
days.
these days.
He could give
Yeah.
me a
Jeep Wrangler.
No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. No, that's really cool.
Okay.
MrBeast.
MrBeast. So shout out to
Shout
Mr.
out to
Beast.
Mr. Beast.
You have our big for today.
Yes, we
So
appreciate you.
Yes.
Yes, thank
I love
you.
it. And so I'm going to go into an icebreaker for today.
Uh-oh.
So Am, you want to give us an icebreaker?
Uh-oh.
All right, so the icebreaker for today. And so for our viewers, back on our first episode, we talked about how we would be presenting icebreakers throughout, not every show, but we'd randomly throw them out there. And our girls
They never
don't
tell
know
us.
what the icebreakers are.
Yeah.
So we like to just throw it out there as an element of surprise. So today's icebreaker is, if you were left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which would you choose and why?
I'm just gonna throw this out there. I don't think I really have an
Who's my
enemy.
worst enemy?
But just imagine an enemy.
Someone
there.
I just
love
don't
that.
like. Yeah, but like an enemy, I don't have an enemy. But
No, but like your worst enemy.
Well,
Like
she-
they did you
she said she
dirty.
didn't have one.
Honestly,
Did someone do you
leave
dirty?
me there by myself. I'm an introvert, so I'll be fine.
yeah, she doesn't like a lot of people. Okay.
I'll be good.
Talk
I'll
about
be
that because
See.
this is a child who went to summer camp.
Oh
and
no.
You didn't
Say
want to go.
that.
She went, and
It's like when we first moved out here.
She was
Right.
miserable.
I hated Florida.
She didn't want to come. We're from California, everybody. So
Right.
big up to California.
West Coast.
By the way, whoever's on, join and let us know where you're at or where you're
Yeah,
jo-
shout out
joining
where
in
you're
from, because
from.
we definitely want to shout out our peeps from around. But yes, so we're from California, and we moved out here. So part of us trying to get the kids used to making friends in a new city and stuff was to take them to this summer camp.
Yeah.
So, we sit the kids down and we say, okay, you guys, we're going to go to a new summer camp. The goal for you, this is my husband, the goal for you is to make a friend.
I had no problem.
Elise was
I was
fine.
friends with my whole grade. Her, on the other hand,
What did she do?
sat in the corner. Every rotation we did, she would sit in the corner with her little diary and would write and talk crap about the kids.
Oh, she was talking about
Yeah, she'd be like, I don't like this counselor, they're mean.
They
And
were
this
mean.
kid is so annoying, he doesn't know how to sit
I thought all
down.
these Florida kids were weird. I was like, where am I at?
And everyone was like, that's your sister? I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, that's
And
my
then like
twin.
6th grade year, I got better. But
Yeah, then she got
Much
better, but
yeah. So this is
that's
a kid
good.
who, that's why it makes sense if she says she want to be on that
She'll
island by
be
herself.
on by herself and do her thing.
Elise,
She'll build a city on that island.
Right.
me and the monkeys and the iguanas.
you're an animal person, so yeah, you will do fine.
Yes.
Kari, you be by yourself?
Yes.
You would?
Sure.
Okay, think
Yes.
about it. Y'all ever seen
I
the
know.
movie? What was that
Wilson.
movie? Yes.
I don't know
was
what
the
it was
name of the movie?
called.
Castaway.
Castaway, yes.
With
Have you
Tom
seen
Hanks.
it?
Have y'all
No.
watched
Oh,
that?
that's before the
What
time.
in the world?
I'm telling you.
What?
The
You
man-
guys ever seen that movie? Okay, well you need to watch it because
Yeah.
that will let you know if you ever want to be on an island by yourself. It is a
Yeah.
really, really good
It's a
movie.
good movie. Yeah.
Castaway?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very good. It
You
is
only
very
watch
good.
it one time, maybe, because I could only watch it so long. It was
Yeah,
just a
it's
man
long.
and his soccer ball or something.
It was volleyball.
Oh, volleyball.
Yeah, I want you to respect Wilson. Wilson
Wilson.
had a purpose, and I want you to respect
Wilson.
it.
Oh,
Wilson
and he
did have
like
a
draws his
purpose.
smiley face on the softball?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I've
And it was
seen
not a
it.
smiling face; it was the blood from his hand from when he
She
was
real
trying to
serious
make
about it.
I've watched
She
this
real
movie
serious.
17 times.
So what would
My
you do?
fault.
Would you pick your worst enemy or would you be like, you pick your worst enemy?
I sure would. I sure would. I'm not
You
gonna.
You need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, I would pick my worst enemy and I would make friends with him, or I would just have someone to
I
argue
would
with.
fight my worst
I
enemy
like to.
every
Well, I don't
day.
really like to
So
argue,
it's
but I
like
like to
yourself.
prove a point. So I would just. We would be friends in the end.
You
In
think
the
so?
In the end, you think
But
you
I
would?
couldn't be my. I couldn't be by myself. I would
I know you
be
wouldn't.
miserable.
I'm kind of like with you guys. I don't know if I have a worst enemy, but I can think of a lot of people that have irritated me to
Yeah.
to
The
no
core.
end.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I can imagine being on an island. But see, here's the thing: we're on an island, so
Yeah.
I would just make it very plain. You got this
You got your
side,
side.
and I got this side. We're gonna draw a line.
For
Don't
me, I feel
cross
like we would end
the
up
line.
bonding, cause like we stuck
Yeah.
on here together. What else we got
What
to
else
do?
we got to
Right,
We ain't got
we're
nothing else to
we're
do.
You out there trying to catch a fish.
Unless
and you
they're
get
in
one.
And he get one, and I'm like, you gonna share that fish? Like
You or me
we
on
would end
fire.
up laughing about something. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
if
Or you're
not,
Or
I'm
your
just.
enemies are
You
introvert
don't
like
wanna-
me and don't want to be bothered until you go live and figure it out on your own.
I would be miserable.
See, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because Neil brings out a good point that what if they were bothering you if they're negative, and that's what our segment is
Yeah,
about
because
today.
I just can't stand
Negative people are worse than your worst enemy. Okay,
This is
they
Yeah.
may not be your enemy,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
just being negative. I mean, goodness, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have
Or
to.
just always finding the negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a
Pessimistic.
sunny day. Oh, it's so hot.
Yeah.
I mean, duh, it's hot, but
Thank
it's a
God
sunny
there's
day.
sun.
Right.
Well, you can share with us because you actually
I-
had an experience this week
I
about
did.
positivity.
Oh, it shed some light on me. So, anyways, I had a seminar that I attended on positive thinking, and I just was overwhelmed with it because I said I should have been like this all my life. This positive, and I have my ups and downs, and just going through just different times of my life, I found myself being negative. I found myself, just at times being positive, but I had wished I was just a little bit more positive, even in the negative times. I know, in those. Well, let me not even go into that. Let me talk about this positive workshop. So, and I think I texted you guys about it. Positive thinkers achieve more. They're more successful. They're more determined and persistent, and they're more likely to be promoted.
Ooh,
Nice.
So,
like a promotion.
all of that, that's
Right.
huge.
Right.
And not to talk too much, but Sakari, we even had in our worship where I had you all thinking positive. And so the presenter had us to close our eyes and to imagine where we want to be in life, or, just something that we can attain, or, just anything. And so just positive thoughts. And so I was thinking about where we're going to be at with this podcast, right? And so I'm like, ooh, Oprah got us on. And we're interviewing with her. And,
Listen, manifest it, okay?
Yes, manifestation. And I
Manifest
mean, the presenter mentioned that our thoughts create doctors don't hate me because I don't know if I'm going to tear up this word, neuropathic or something, some waves in our mind.
Neuropathical?
Waves.
Something neural.
Something
Nerve-wise.
They're paving, they're creating paths within our minds. And so as we think about it, as we visualize it, we can become it. Like we can actually see, our mind is thinking that we're
like
doing
affirmations.
that. Affirmations. And so that's why that is important. And so I was just thinking, wow, how amazing. Because we know that we can achieve anything. The Bible even tells us that, that with God all things are possible. And so when we truly, just start reiterating that within ourselves, oh my goodness.
So much is
the
possible.
Ideas of what can happen.
Yes.
And it is true
That's
that
inspirational.
something goes on in the body when you invoke those. I hate to say the word invoke, but when you bring in that positive, because you in the same token you can think things and your body will react. Yes. You can think negatively and your body will react with negative things. Yeah. Your body will break down. We know that. And also, you can think through things in a positive manner and your body can create, it will begin to react in a different way. Right. So that's very true. Yeah. And I think that's profound. And the thing is that with all of the negativity that goes on, I work with some ladies at work and we've all said together at one time, we don't watch the news.
I can't.
You can't.
The news is never a happy place. Okay, it is never a happy place.
About how much negativity comes out of the news, and I'm not knocking the news because I know it's a purpose for it.
Yeah,
we need to be informed. But what we tend to do is we tend to take that news and we begin to wear that negativity within us, and so then we get up and we go into work and we go around our families, and man, we don't realize how much that just feeds more negativity.
Perfect example. My friend India. I don't want to say any names, but she texted her. We're in a group chat. We have like a little group chat, like the four of us, and she texted us last night. She's like, guys, I'm so sad. I'm like, well, what's wrong? She's like, just the negativity of the world is just making me so stressed and sad. And she's like, it's so sad how like just seeing the stuff going around us. Like our lives can be great, but like around us, if it's all turmoil, it's like it sucks. Like you're standing in the middle, like it's all trees and sunshine, unicorns, and around you it's like all hell, people running around and fire. Like that sucks. You can't ever really be happy. So it shows like what you said, like the news just kind of just you may be doing good, but seeing someone get shot every day, it's just like, oh my gosh, like it sucks.
Goes back to how did you guys feel about some of the things that you've seen in the news this week? And
it was overwhelming. There's too many shootings. Like, I tell you, every day I open up my phone on Instagram and Shade Room already says so and so got shot or someone's in the hospital shot.
I mean, it was the fact
it's
that
too much. I can't take it. It's very overwhelming.
It feels overwhelming.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And scary at times because lately there's been a lot of mass shootings. You can't even go to the store thinking, oh, it might get shot up. A
simple grocery store.
Yeah,
like the FedEx truck got shot up like last week. What FedEx?
The
FedEx truck got shot up last week. Like you can't deliver packages no more.
Correct. Yeah. Elise and I were talking. This is sort of we all know that Derek Chauvin's case was heard and tried and came to a conclusion this week, and I found it to be quite interesting. The response that I had.
Me too.
I'm just gonna be honest. It was like you watched what happened to Mr. Floyd, and of course your heart was broken. And you saw all of that. You watched the case, and it was an interesting case. I thought it was very good.
I thought it was
for
good.
Anybody that is in law or wanting to go into law. If you want to go into law, this case would have made me want to go into law because
it was very
done
educational
very
too.
Well. I thought the judge did a great job. I thought prosecution was prepared, and I even thought defense, with the job that they had, did the best that they could.
They tried.
They tried.
Did the best. They did the best they could.
Talking about aliens, I was like,
the best they could.
Yes. But what I will say is that when the verdict came out, you couldn't. I'm speaking for me. I could not celebrate because it is it is sad.
Yeah.
And to sit there and watch them read those charges, you watch the reflection on this man's
You could
face,
definitely see
and
it.
you feel, you watched him think, and I know in his mind he had to think, this is my life being determined right now. It was heartbreaking for me. I pitied him. He has a family. He's got to deal with that. I thought about George Floyd's family that will forever be affected because, this has happened, but they won't ever have
He's
him
not
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
I think about the bystanders that are haunted by what they've watched, to the youngest, the little
The
girl.
people,
So,
the whole world's seeing
it
that
was-
video.
yes, and
I
then
haven't
here
even
this
had the
man-
part
and
to
then this
even
poor
watch
guy,
it.
this
I
guy,
haven't watched it.
everybody was affected.
Yeah.
You think about the attorneys on both sides. It was just
Yeah.
an overwhelming emotional state, and I couldn't
really
be
was.
happy.
Yeah.
And I think my husband read to you guys
did.
his statement, and it was one of heartfelt. And so I think that was a lot that was going on.
Yeah.
But I really feel like it was important for us to talk about some positive things because you could be devastated
Right.
Yeah.
with all of this, and then we couldn't even celebrate this victory.
And then another
within
shooting.
hours.
Another
A
shooting.
young
A young
lady
lady.
is dead and gone.
It was actually
I said,
2.
this
I
is-
saw 2 cases of
Really?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
a 7-year-old and a
It's just-
16-year-old.
What?
Oh, I didn't know about the
A
second.
The 7-year-old was shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how do we
Killed?
stay positive in these
Oh.
crazy
Let's talk
times?
about it.
Yeah.
How do we
Talk
stay
about it.
positive?
What are we doing? What are y'all doing? What are
I
we
think Elise has kind of influenced me to kind of get rid of Instagram.
doing? Okay.
It's because I follow like the Shade Room and like they know everything.
They keep up with
Like if
everything.
you're
Oh no,
a
Shade Room
teenager,
posts like 20 posts a day.
Yeah.
They like
Stay
they like
busy.
the news.
But it's
Pretty
like
much.
busy
For
with all
IG.
the stuff that's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe if I don't do that, I kind of just stay positive. Like I see the bad, but I'm just always thinking about the good. I pray about everyone that goes to turmoil and stuff like that.
Very
So
good.
Yeah.
I just try not sit there and sulk in sadness, cause I mean we live in a sinful world, so it's sin. Like we gotta deal with it. It's just more it's more known nowadays, cause everyone got phones and cameras.
This is
Like what Nia was saying, I cut out social media, so half this stuff is news to me. I didn't really know about the shootings or the FedEx truck or anything like that. But it is important to stay like connected with the world and know what's going on around you, because you don't just want to be oblivious to everything.
Right.
You don't just live in your own bubble, you know.
Right.
You definitely want to be updated with the things that are going on around you, but you don't have to be like, you can be in the world but not of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you can keep up with the news, but you don't have to watch it daily and you know what I mean?
Partake
Give
in
yourself
what-
that break.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my friend, because when she said she was sad, I was like, it's completely okay to shut everything off and give yourself a break.
Right.
If you don't feel like talking to people, if you don't feel like being on your phone, turn it off. Like, go outside, go for a walk, go get your nails done, go get your hair done, go do
Yeah.
something that's going to lift your spirit, because
Here's the thing. You're seeing negative stuff every time. So if you're wrapped in that, of course you're going to be
gonna feel
negative.
good.
It's going to
Exactly.
be you because you're
Yeah.
around that all the time. So if you're watching the news 24/7 talking about murder, mass shootings, whatnot, then that's all you're going to think about.
Right.
You need to give yourself that break and that time to just be with your family and your
Yeah.
friends. And
Just
I feel like that's...
yourself.
Joy to you.
yeah,
what
what
brings
brings
joy
joy
to
to you?
Yeah, I think my getaway is going to track practice, working out.
And
I
that's
leave
true.
all
That's
that
what it
anger
is.
That's
Yeah.
out on the field or on the weights. So if I'm mad about something, I'm gonna go take it out on that and not
Right.
walk around being upset all the time.
And we talked about Shaq a few episodes back and how he was the best part of someone else's day.
Yeah.
And so if we start continuing being that best part of someone else's day,
Yeah.
maybe their negative mood
Right.
can turn positive.
That's
You know,
right.
we can be changers. You
Yes.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just how
Yeah.
we
That's
Oh, I thought you
absolutely
were gonna say
positive. No, that's actually really where I was going. I know that negativity can create depression, and I am one that stays. I try to do whatever I
You
can
definitely can.
because I am able now to recognize when I'm going down that rabbit hole, and so I will do like all of you have said. I will turn off the negative. I will remove myself from it, and I will find the things that I find joy in to fill myself up with that. Now, once I've filled myself up fill my cup up with that joy, then I do what Anita says, and I go out and try to find.
Help someone
If
else
I
with
run
their
into
joy.
somebody that's having a rough day,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that positive. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna be kind, because now that is bringing that joy back into me.
Yeah.
So it's also about being active.
Right.
It's like the
Yeah,
same way when someone else is having a bad day, and you can just tell they're having a bad day, and they make you have a bad day because
Yeah.
they're just so nasty.
Yes.
It's like a
Yeah.
reverse effect. If you be
Yes.
kind, kill them with kindness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I saw.
Remember those buttons we used to have at Sparks Church? I think Sister Grace was her name.
Uh-huh.
Remember it said, "Can I pray for you?"
Yeah.
Remember those buttons?
Mhm.
I used to wear that on my jacket, and it was like
You should
a
get
game
a
changer.
magnet.
Yeah, it was a
People
little
would be like,
button.
yeah.
People were like, "Oh my gosh, it's such a nice button."
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
like that.
we need to find ways to like, can I give you a hug
Encourage
today?
someone.
Even
I
just
saw
to
it
simply
COVID-friendly.
hello to people.
I saw it.
Even
I
just
like
saying
that.
hello.
Just saying hello, because sometimes we don't even
Sorry.
speak to people anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know?
I actually saw
That
a
is so
video
true.
like a last year or whatever. This guy, he just went out and was just kind of be nice to homeless people in New York. You know, people don't really care for homeless people like that, which is so
Right.
horrible.
So horrible.
So he bought him some food and gave him some money and a blanket. And the homeless dude told him, he said, "I was actually gonna kill myself today, but you inspired me to live another day, and you made me feel like I was wanted." And it was
Stuff
really
like
sad.
that.
You
I was
just
like,
never know.
and the guy was
If
so
someone
touched.
told me,
He actually.
I would break down and cry right
Yeah.
there. I'd be like, "You want to come home? Like, I will cook you dinner." Like,
It
come,
was
like,
it was sad that he
That's so
said that he was
sad.
actually gonna kill himself that day, and thank God that man
It's
came
angels
there
like
and just
that.
gave him a plate of food and some money and a blanket. Like
Yeah.
that changed his whole life. So
I know something that always makes me
kindness
feel
is always
good.
a good
I
thing.
love getting compliments. Like when someone compliments me,
Yeah.
it lights up my whole day. I'm
But
like,
what about
oh
when
my
you give
goodness.
compliments?
Exactly. So I
Yeah.
always
You'll be like, "Oh my gosh,
yes, I
thank you."
always
Like, of
return
course
it.
you're
I
welcome.
always return it. And I know a lot of guys don't get compliments. Like people never compliment guys. I'd be like, "I like your drip. Like I like your shoes today." Or like a girl, "I
Yeah.
love your hair." Or even if I can't really find something that I like about her outfit or something, I'd be like, "You have really pretty eyes," or "Your skin is really clear." It's just something to uplift them, because I know it makes me feel
Yeah,
great
I
when
love
I get a
getting
compliment.
compliments.
I
So
always do that.
That's good. Nita, share this. This is really good.
The power of positive
Yeah.
thinking. Okay, so I want you guys to, the first thing that comes to mind. You spill your coffee at your desk. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh,
I'm gonna say
say
something.
I'm gonna say
I don't
there.
want to move stuff out the way, like the computer board or
Like,
something,
oh, snap.
the keyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push everything off.
But I do get negative.
my
I'm
You
like,
get negative?
I'll say like, this is how this day is going?
Well,
And I'll say,
actually,
"No, I'll repeat
it depends on how I feel in the moment. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
okay, I'm like, "Oh, dang it, I just split." But if I'm mad, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna go home and go to bed."
Why am I
Like,
so
tomorrow,
personal
try
with this?
again.
So what's,
I like that.
what
So
are we
how do you-
supposed to do?
Well, we can say, oh, hey, I get a new computer or something like
Wait, who's paying for it?
or we can say, oh man, I needed to clean the desk.
Okay.
Good reason to clean the desk.
I like that.
I don't know if that's reality, but that's something we do. That's what positive thinkers I think. Okay, let's say you start a new exercise program and you must take several breaks to catch your breath during your first workout.
Hey, it's a start.
doing our ab workout.
No, that was me.
I don't know
we
what
went to
that's
the
like.
gym the other day and she
Negative.
couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She could not do a sit up. I was like,
Next
Mommy,
question.
you can't do a sit up.
Next
No.
question.
That's why I went to. It was like, Mom, I got you. It's okay. So I had to help her. I had to like grab her hands and help her. But you did it.
Okay,
You
so-
did.
No, yes, listen. So we were
The
doing
positivity.
we were doing an ab workout, right? It was the first 30 seconds and my mom quit. I was like, Mom, keep going.
No.
And she made it. She made it to the
Sister
end of the
Goodwin
video.
called me. Sister Brenda called
No,
me.
she used that as an excuse to get out of working.
But
was
I
mine?
had to take
You
it
was.
off.
I have to help Grant. I said we still going. And we went.
Right.
I have to, right?
Right.
Next question, because y'all
Next.
wasn't supposed to go. That was not positive, okay? So let me see. Let me stop this lose weight stuff because y'all not playing fair. You're not playing fair. Someone compliments your outfit.
Oh yes. Now let me tell you.
I give a
love-
compliment back.
I love that.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yes.
But it makes me feel good.
Yeah,
I feel all fuzzy.
Everybody loves compliments.
So
Like,
sweet.
like whenever someone gives me a compliment, my face, like I just like smile and like
I
I'm
do kinda-
beaming.
kinda-
At least
I'm
you
like,
were
oh,
beautiful
Yeah,
today.
you get all
Yeah,
giddy.
yeah.
Negative thinkers would just be like, no, you know.
Yeah.
Like this color on me.
Yeah.
Like, just accept it and be happy.
I
Like,
I found myself
goodness.
doing that sometimes.
I do too.
Really?
Yeah,
I do too.
and I'm just like, you know, really?
Like, really? I don't
Yeah.
really like it. I'd have been
Yeah.
like, girl, you look great.
Yeah.
Or a negative thinker could be like, well, you just saying that. Like, what is your real angle? You know, like
You
be
want
real-
something.
Yeah.
Like,
Pessimistic.
I
Yeah.
just think you're pretty. I just like your outfit.
I'm over it.
Okay, so this is the let's talk about it. So we want to ask you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you handle negative people? Go ahead and throw it on the chat. We want to know, how do you handle negative people?
And be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah.
You gotta be honest.
I'm gonna be honest.
They were
It's
honest
hard
with
for
us.
me to be around negative people. It's just so
It
frustrating.
becomes
'Cause
a barrier.
I
Especially
don't
if
think
they
I've-
ruin the mood. That pisses me
Yeah,
off.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever been a negative person. You know,
Yeah.
I always try to be.
You don't try to
pretty-
come off like that. I mean, you may have attitude sometimes, and you
I
kind of
mean, attitude.
ruin the mood. You're not like a
But
mean
like,
person.
Right.
You're not mean.
I'm an
You're nice.
optimistic person.
Yeah.
I'm a more optimistic
Optimistic.
person.
Optimistic person,
Right.
yeah.
So when I'm around a negative
do you feel
person,
that you're
it's just,
optimistic when your outfit ain't right?
Oh, that's a
When we ready
different
to go?
story.
I think so. I try my best. Okay.
That is true.
When the hair ain't coming together and the outfit ain't
Listen,
coming
being
together,
sad
I
over your hair is a different type of sadness.
Yeah,
okay?
gotta
That is a
give us a
different type of
break.
That's being
sad.
negative.
If you
It's being
plan to go
negative.
somewhere and you have this, okay, I want to do my hair like half down, and it doesn't come out right, I'm gonna be mad. I don't want to
So
go no
mad.
more. I'm going to
I
bed.
would
Because
like-
your hair completes the outfit.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a bad hair day.
I would be
but
like, you know what?
outfit.
Forget
Especially if
it.
you're going trying to snap and trying to look cute. Like, then your
Okay,
hair
so
gets messed
Sister
up.
Brown, Sister Adele Brown, shout out
Thank
to
you,
Sister Brown.
Adele Brown.
She
Shout out.
says, go ahead, you guys want to read what she says?
She says, choose not to be negative. Choose to be someone who radiates energy and love.
Yes.
Yes. Positive.
Yes.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness.
you,
So
Sister Brown.
actually I have someone to shout out today. Her name was Alicia. I can't remember her last name, but her name was Alicia English, and she was on my dad's podcast today. It was it was a podcast for his job, and it's Invisible Women in Sports, and she was the speaker of the day. And when I was listening to the podcast, I didn't get to watch it, but I was listening to it, and then afterwards I got to speak with her, and she was someone who radiated energy and love.
Yes.
And it just it lit up my day. I was
And
like,
you know what? It's
I was
so
like,
funny.
oh my goodness.
So they did their Kennesaw State
Kennesaw
University.
State,
Wanna
yes.
shout out Kennesaw
Alicia
State, Miss
English.
Alicia.
Alright.
Listen,
she's in
so
my life. That's my girl.
she was doing their pre-meeting with your dad on Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and I was just listening to her talk, and same thing.
She's just
I
like,
just loved listening.
I was
to
like,
her.
I just want to be around
She
you
was so
forever.
positive
She was so
and
like
funny and,
yeah, she's just funny and just
You can
very
see the
I
joyful.
love
radiation off
people
the
like
phone
that.
and
Yeah, like
yeah.
through the phone, I was like, oh my goodness, all this
Yeah, you
all this
feel her
happiness.
vibe.
Yeah.
My friend
she
is
was
like
good.
that.
She
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Love people like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Shout
Cara
out.
wanted to give us a quote.
So I have a quote that I found.
So is this a quote of the day then?
No,
Well, it's a quote, but we have also a verse of the day, but go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness.
I like that.
that's good.
Ooh.
60 seconds
Look at
is
that
a
tag on
long
me.
time. There's a
That's a
lot of
long
stuff that can
time.
go on in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Shoot,
think
in
about
10
how many
seconds.
times you've been angry and you lose all that minutes out of your life or seconds out of your life.
Wasted
Minutes.
time.
Wasted time.
Wasted
So,
time.
And smiling
very
makes
good.
you look younger, so
Not that I was laughing.
something like that. So if y'all,
That's why I look so young. So I laugh a lot. I'm just kidding.
so listen, once again, we are at that point in time where we have to say goodbye, but we just want to make sure that we leave with you positivity. Think all the things that you need to bring joy into your life. We ask that you just, if you have any negativity, any thoughts that you're feeling, reach out to us. Let us know. We would love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
We would love to talk with you, encourage you in whatever way that we can. So feel free to reach out and just look at us as a sisterhood that will
Right.
embrace you and whatever you might be feeling. But we just want to say, be positive. And we know there's a lot of negative going on in the world, but we just want to let you know we're here to support and hold you up just as we ask that you do the same. So
Awesome.
There's always light at the dark tunnel. At the end of the dark tunnel.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
I was told that.
Love it.
That's true.
So we're in the dark part right now, but trust and believe that there's light, and that is when God comes back. So
Love it.
hopefully everyone makes it.
after every storm, there's a rainbow.
There is a
Yeah.
rainbow. Elise, would you like to give us our verse?
Yes, I
Okay.
would. So the verse of the day is, let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in loneliness of...
Lowliness.
Is that say loneliness?
Lowliness.
Oh, lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than himself. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you
Okay. Philippians 2:3. So go read it for yourself. I didn't
So-
read that too well.
Right. Yeah. No. You were perfect.
Right.
We want to just
I'm
lift up each
positive.
other.
Now you know
and that's
how
what
to
it
say
sounds.
it.
It's about lifting up each other. That verse
Right.
is all about lifting up each other. So,
Encouraging.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So thank you for everyone for joining us for our 4th episode of I Got You Girl. Keep tuning in.
Yes.
Also let us know what topics you guys want to hear us talk about some more. And yeah, we'll keep you guys updated with pictures. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube as well. Every Thursday
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
live on IG and Facebook. And yeah, thank you guys for your support.
Remember
Always remember to
to think big.
Pray big.
Do big.
Bye.